Welcome to the Thin Blue Line Outdoors Podcast.
This pig came bottling.
Just ended up puking last night. It sucked.
Whoa! Ah! We gut it, we wrap it in tinfoil, throw it over the fire.
All right, everyone, Thin Blue Line Outdoors Podcast.
So wrong.
Yeah, I know, right? Podcast 75. Nate and I are here from. Did you guys stop moving it though?
I don't know how you hold it.
Yeah.
Hold it like this.
Yeah, you guys stop moving it though.
Oh, I have like cerebral palsy. This is bad.
There you go. You're like jiggling it, and it sounds terrible, and then my ears. So anyway, this is podcast 75 from the Iowa Deer Classic. We have had a blast so far. Day 1 and day 2 are over with. This is by far has been our best show yet when it comes to profit and meeting people.
Yeah.
So we can't beat that. It's been great. You are completely breathing into the mic. I'm just hearing Darth Vader just.
We just had pizza. I apologize. You want to talk about breathing heavy? Talk about last night.
Yeah.
Walking back from dinner. You can't even take a breath every 5 words.
We have been eating Buzzard Billies.
Yeah, Buzzard Billies.
This is the first night we haven't had it since we've been here.
But guess what? We're having it tomorrow morning for breakfast.
For breakfast. We're going to meet up with the old Ridge Hunter crew. You should check them out. And then possibly Mr. Rubb as well, Nathan.
Yep. Shout out Mr. Rubb.
Yep. So anyway, we have had a great show. We are super pumped to how this has went. This is already a success, really, but we still got Sunday. So
yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Been a lot of work. Truly, it's been a blessing. We've met a lot of great people from all over, really, from Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois. I mean, I couldn't believe how many people have come around just the Midwest to this. You weren't lying when you said this is like the Mecca of classics. So it's been a lot of fun. Cody's been working me really hard. Hasn't bought me any food. But hey, it's beside the point. Not mad at him.
Really interesting. It's not what I remember, but it's fun. It's fun. Or offering or anything like that.
He literally looked at me and said, I'm going to go get food. Walk to the concession stand. Mind you, I haven't eaten all day. And goes and gets a burger and fries and eats it right in front of me. It doesn't even offer me anything. I have to go and just steal a little fry from him. Knows the silence.
Yeah, interesting.
It's true.
Interesting. Don't recall any of that, really. That in my version goes a lot differently. Good thing is, I'm the one who edited this podcast.
But TikTok Live
is
sees
true.
it.
Yeah, we are going TikTok Live here. So I think somebody might have left a comment. I'm not even sure. Either way, yeah, again, we're super happy with the show so far. First impressions after like day 1, like what did you think just seeing all the vendors? Because I know you didn't get to do that much of a walkthrough.
Yeah.
Because we've been super busy, but we know we did a walkthrough today in the morning just before any of the consumers got in. What's your overall just seeing all the vendors and everything? What are you thinking?
So, like I said, Friday I didn't get really a chance to walk around and see anything. Not that I didn't want to, it was just we were nervous. I mean, let's be honest. We were nervous coming in here. We'd done 2 booths last year. But this doesn't compare to anything. I mean, there was no prepping for this. It honestly blew me away just on a Friday. Because honestly, on a Friday, that was like the busy moment for Peoria for what it's like. And maybe a little slower than what Peoria was. But it was still like, kind of like, the first 2 hours go by. We're not making any sales really, not talking to anybody really. And like, we're both kind of like, oh shit, like, okay, let's keep at it. And then, fortunately, we got after it a little bit. But then today, walking around, like, I'm really glad I can't leave the booth because I'd spend a lot of money. But it is, honestly, if you guys get a chance when you listen to this, if you ever get a chance to come to the Iowa Deer Classic, whether we're here or not, which hopefully we're here for years and years and years, but, like, definitely get a chance to come out. They do a great job setting everything up. They make everything real easy to follow, especially, I think Cody said they had roughly 1,500 booths. Doesn't mean vendors, but they had at least 1,500 booths, which is unreal.
And that was, remember, I found another hall that I didn't even count.
Yeah, exactly. So it is truly just incredible. I mean, honestly, it kind of took my breath away. And then today, I mean, Cody and I, we couldn't even keep up with how much merchandise we were selling and how many people were joining the new First Responder Facebook page, how many people were going to subscribe. So, like, it was a lot of fun. I mean, I'm looking forward to tomorrow being the last day. Not looking forward to tearing down.
Yeah, it's gonna be, I think, a pain to get out of there because there's so many vendors, and we have a small booth, compared to what they got. Their booth is huge. Some of the other booths there,
I mean, there's some people that have 4 total booths that have stuff, actually like stuff for everything. I mean, there's a huge trailer. I can't remember the size of the trailer. The guy said it was when we first pulled in.
Like 3 axles. I remember him saying there's 3 axles on that trailer. Yeah.
So that was wow. You got that trying to get out. Well, we're just trying to get a pickup truck out.
Yeah. I don't think we'll be getting the pickup truck in there tomorrow. I think we're just going to be unfortunately carrying everything out.
I'm so glad that I have your strong-willed body, 30 years old, hitting his prime, carry all that stuff out of there. It's great.
Yeah. He's been making fun of me because even though I'm only 30 years old, he says I act like I'm what age did you give me?
Dude, I would say you're hovering around 57 to 60.
My hearing's that. That's
Dude,
for sure.
your hearing's like an 80-year-old man. You cannot hear anything at all.
Yeah. It's a struggle.
bad.
It's a struggle sometimes.
I mean, it is. And then also, don't get me started on his memory. I've heard the same story from him this trip at least 4 separate times.
Three.
Gotta be 4 probably, though.
Nah. It's in now. I'm good. I got it now.
Honestly, if I didn't call you out on it the 3rd time, would you have probably told me a 4th time?
Possibly. I'm not 100% sure on that. So anyway, don't let Nate fool you. When we brought back some OG shirts when it comes to merch, and when I was making this merch, the week or two beforehand, he's like, "Man, the black."
It wasn't the week or two beforehand. It was like
a few days before.
The few days before. Don't act like we were prepared at all.
Yeah. A few days beforehand. I had the black shirts and the gray shirts, and he's like, "Man, the grays don't look that good. I think the black are going to be." Oh, we're sold out of grays.
Yeah. It reminds me of the old orange stocking cap of Bloomington show.
So yeah, they went well. They went fast.
They did. They went really fast. Again, shout out Mr. Rubb for helping us do the promo we're doing. Where if you buy anything from the booth, you get a chance to win eight Rubbs from him, as well as a hat and T-shirt from us. He's been awesome. Can't complain about him at all. He's come over to the booth a couple times. TikTok Live, you've seen him a couple times on there also. So I mean, he's been incredible. Really looking forward to working with him, especially across from him in Peoria. That's gonna be great. Check out all of his rubs. Check out that mango salsa. Love that stuff. But yeah, they've been great. Yeah, I really have no complaints. It's been a lot of work. It's been fun. We're almost to the point where we've paid for everything, so we can't complain about everything. It's been great.
Yeah, a goal this year, and like I said, I'm pretty upfront with everybody. I don't try to hide anything. The goal this year for as a brand was actually not lose money. That was a goal of ours. This hunting thing and what we're trying to do is pretty expensive. So I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Every year we've lost money as a brand, which is what it is. I'm
especially
not
when
mad
you're starting out. You gotta put money to make mony.
Yep. So if anybody thinks we're just making a whole bunch of money, you don't know it.
we have been in the red for the last 4 years.
So that's nice. I think we're gonna right now look at our goal, and I mean we still got. This is only our first show of the year. We still got two more. So super excited about that. I guess talk going on. I guess what's the one thing maybe that's really stuck out this show that you've liked, or a moment, or anything like that?
I think we've had a couple cool encounters. It's always cool when people come up and say, "Oh yeah, we recognize you from the shows," or "We recognize you from your YouTube videos," or stuff like that. That's always gonna be surreal. I mean, even if this does blow up one day, that's still gonna be a surreal moment. I'll never get away from that. I think the coolest thing, though, was honestly that little run from 11 to 2, where it was just constant talking, constant selling, constant preaching about what our goals are. If you're new to the podcast or new to the show or anything like that, our main goal is to get more first responders into the woods. And
you know what, Nate? Go ahead, give him your spiel.
Oh, my spiel?
Yeah, give him your spiel. So everybody on TikTok.
You guys in TikTok and on the podcast here are up for a treat because you're getting the Nate Atkins spiel as I'm watching the Tennessee game.
If you hear Nate scream at all, it's because Alabama's currently winning against Tennessee.
Don't worry, we'll come back. But no, so Cody and I, Cody really started this 4 years ago, and if you're not new to the brand, you understand that it really started out with Cody just making hats and really starting this to document hunts for his kids, so when they grow up they could see these hunts and everything like that. Cody then got 10 hats and gave them to all family and everything like that. Well, he gave me one, and I decided to post a picture of it on Snapchat, and I sold 10 of them. And Cody's like, we don't have 10. And I was like, well, we better start making them. So fast forward 4 years later, throughout our adventures together and Cody's separate hunts, we've really tried to focus on getting first responders into the woods. We understand as first responders, Cody's coming up on 10 years in law enforcement. I'm coming up on, 8 years of law enforcement. We've seen as we've gotten older, the younger generation, not only in law enforcement, but, dispatch, corrections, everything like that. People are leaving earlier. They're not making it to 10 years even. They're getting burnt out. And we've noticed a lot of it's because they don't have a hobby outside of, whatever field they're in. So what, we kind of focused on really last year, I think, is when we started focusing more on it, was getting more first responders, not just police, but more first responders into the woods, whether that's fishing, camping, hunting, doesn't matter. We want to get you into a hobby, into something that takes you away from the job. You don't bring it home with you. You're not thinking about that last call or that last phone call you had or anything like that. We want you to focus on being out in nature, just being quiet, which is hard for me to do if you ask anybody that knows me. You're being quiet and you're just kind of being in that peaceful mindset. And then you still get that adrenaline dump that we all love, where you see, a big buck or a doe that never shot a deer. Like, if you guys watch the video, I'm shaking like a leaf, and I just killed a doe. Like, I didn't have buck fever yet. So it just... We're trying to get you out there, and I think the more important thing, though, is we're not just taking you out one time. We're trying to set a foundation, like you did for me. You set a foundation. You helped me hang a deer stand. You helped me learn to track blood. Even if I didn't kill one, you always asked me to come out, learn to track. So when I did kill a deer, I knew what I was looking for. Even when it was right in front of me in my face, I couldn't see it. Yep. But we're trying to lay the foundation to be, a successful hunter. Yep. And then after that, a year to 2 years, you're comfortable going out on your own. You can then start taking out for. He's already yawning, guys. He is yawning, and it is like 8:30 tonight. I'm just saying that. Anyways. But yeah, we want to set that foundation to where you can do it yourself. And then, if you want to be on the team, awesome. Stay with us. We'll keep helping you along the way. Yep. The only thing we ask is you try to bring another first responder out with you. So that's what we're really just trying to do. If you check out the hog hunt that we had just released, March 1st.
By the time this podcast comes out, it'll be both parts will be out.
Okay, yeah. So part 1 and 2 are both out. You'll see Alan, who's a Central Illinois police officer. He went hunting for the very first time. And team member Josh was there. Which Josh is one of the first responders I got into hunting. Yeah. And he's actually Alan's friend. Josh is the one who invited him. And, between Josh and I, we helped him, kill his first 3 hogs. Yeah. And his first animals. So it worked out well. And then, we've taken a coworker of ours out. You took him out. He didn't get a kill out of it. You kind of stole it from him. That's what next year's for. But whatever. But yeah, so we've taken a coworker out before. The whole brand itself. If we can just keep promoting that, getting more first responders out there, which is why we do these booths. Not only to promote our message, get more people into the Facebook group that we've created for first responders, but also help pay for some of the hunts that we want to take them on. Agreed. So, that's our message in a nutshell. Yep. Nope. He's been selling that message all day because it's the truth. It's easy to say when you know it's true. Yeah. Yep. It's been fun. Yeah. Nate's right though. There was 3 or 4 hours there that it was complete chaos. Nate and I would have separate conversations going with people, doing separate sales. Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. I know I was freaking out afterwards because I had no idea where our inventory was. I had no idea where we were at on numbers and stuff like that. But we got that figured out. I know one thing that's cool about Iowa that you don't really see. Honestly, the other 2 shows, to be honest with you, there's some bigger names. There are a few at like Peoria and the Bloomington show, and I really think the same owners of the Iowa show are running Illinois, and then Cole, who runs the Deer and Beer Fest. I really do think they're doing a good job, and those are shows that are going to continue to grow. But this Iowa show's already there, and it's still growing. That's the crazy thing. They're already saying this is their biggest show, so it's crazy that this is still growing. Excuse me. Pizza. Yeah, Pizza Hut. Shout out Pizza Hut. Yeah. Give us that sponsor. So
those shows are growing, but I was already well established, and some of the names you see just walking around here, like if you're a big avid hunting fan, you can ask my wife when if I'm at home and I'm watching on my phone or the tablet, because the kids always got the TV, I'm watching hunting. So it's cool. Like some of the guys I've seen walking around, name drop some. I have seen Josh Bomar, whether you love him or hate him. I personally like him, but Josh Bomar was there. I didn't get to talk to him. He had a long line waiting at his aisle. All the Midwest whitetail guys have been here for the most part. I've seen Owen and all those guys are there. I saw Bill Winky. He had a good line of people. People were talking to him. And then right next to us is Jared Mills. If you know him, he used to be with Midwest Whitetail. Now he started his own YouTube channel. Had a good conversation with him. He is a big fan of Nate as a salesman.
Oh yeah, he loved me.
So, but Jared was really cool to hang out. I highly doubt he sees this, but if he happens to do, Jared, you're a cool dude, man. Make good content. And again, there's some big booths here too. Some stuff I've been watching or see other guys being sponsored by, and it's cool to talk to some of those guys. And you definitely could spend a lot of money here. I know I like made it a goal not to really buy anything here because got the Peoria show next week.
Well, speaking of that, so this is your first time doing a booth here, obviously. Yep. This is our first time. What's the biggest difference, do you think, from running your own booth to being a customer? Walking around, everything like that.
A lot more stressful.
Yeah.
As a consumer, there's no stress. You go in here, you're gonna spend money. Like that. There's no stress at all, period, or anything like that. And then what I notice as a consumer, and not to throw any shade at some of the other vendors, but as a consumer, if I'm walking around, I'm looking if there's certain brands that I was interested in, because usually when I go to their place, I have an idea of what booths I want to hit, but there's times even as a consumer that maybe I didn't really want to hit them up, but they made eye contact with me, they called me out, chased me down or whatever, and and then maybe I possibly bought a product, or even if I didn't buy a product, I had a good conversation with them. But then there's other vendors where I went there, I wanted to see them, I go there, they're got their head down on the phone, they're not making eye contact or anything like that. So I avoided them. I'm like, well, you don't want to talk to me? Fine, I don't want to talk to you.
Do you think that's because they think their brand is already it's a name brand? Like, we know exactly what we're getting. We know exactly what we're selling. You're going to come to us. You're going to buy our product.
But see, there's a lot of small brands that are doing the same thing, though. It's not just the big brands. Okay. I think some of the big brands, it might be some of that, you already know who you are. You're going to just come up and buy stuff. I do think there's a little bit of that to some of the big brands. But there's some small brands that, they got their head down on their phone and not paying attention. You and I've made notice of that at a couple of shows. So I don't, I don't get that, and I never really understood that. Where they're trying to either, push a product or push a message. In our case, push a message, and I don't really get that all the time. So I know going from consumer to running a booth, I keep that in mind. We're like, okay, it doesn't come. A salesman doesn't come naturally to me. I've kind of had to teach myself, or it comes naturally to you. It comes naturally to Ryan.
We can make friends with a fence post.
Yeah. So I've had to kind of jump in that role sometimes, especially if Nate's not there or we have a second conversation going. I know I'm more of the guy. Okay, we're getting into the weeds of a hunting topic. Yeah. I'm like, okay, Cody, take over.
I've only been around hunting. This is going into my 4th year, I think. 'Cause I started right around COVID, right? 2020.
I think. Did I take you in 2020?
I started PD, so that's when I got.
So I take you turkey hunting that year.
Yeah. Yep. So. Yeah, I think we went turkey hunting first. Or are we going 21?
I think it was 21.
So I think I started in 21 for turkey hunting because I got my
it took
license.
you your 3rd season to get a deer.
Yeah. So this was
you didn't get one in 21. You didn't get one in 22.
Got one in 23.
You got one in 23.
So, yeah. So that being said, I think that was honestly the coolest thing that happened. But when I get into talking to someone, obviously I'm not as well versed in the hunting world. I can sell stuff, but if you ask me certain hunting questions, I don't have the experience of a 20+ year hunter like you do, or some of the other people on our team, like Matt Ray, for instance. He's been hunting his whole life. Also, Kyle, he's been hunting for a while now. So, I mean, I didn't grow up hunting, obviously, but you sucked me into this now, and I'm fully invested. My wallet does not thank you for that.
You're welcome.
But yeah, like it's very cool to see how much we've grown and how much I've grown, since 2021.
Ruh-roh, Nate.
We still got 11 minutes left.
No, ruh-roh.
No, don't worry. Canet will come in. He'll save the day.
Yep.
In case you guys are wondering, it's 58-51 Alabama. We cannot make a free throw, and by we I mean Tennessee. Yes, I can say we because I donate money to that school. So I know certain people have a thing about that. But,
so I don't know if I have too much more. Let's see. Do we have any questions on TikTok? Let's find out here.
I'm sorry, TikTok, that you have to look at his ugly mug.
I know. Join. Let's see. Did we miss anything? I don't think so.
Do we have anybody watching right now on TikTok?
Yep,
That's the question.
We got some.
How many? What? You just exited out of TikTok.
Oh,
just swipe the other way. Other way. There you go.
Good.
Holy hell.
good.
That was like watching a caveman discover fire.
All right, guys. I have no questions. I think anything else you want to add about the shows?
No. By the time this comes out, the Peoria show will already be done, but look for us in the Bloomington show. I believe it's the third weekend in August, right?
I think so.
So
You can look it up. Deer and Beer Fest.
Yep, Deer and Beer Fest. You guys can look it up. We'll be there. We'll have our booth. Hopefully, we'll have some help there. If not, Cody and I can run a two-man team anywhere, so we'll be good to go. I will say, again, I'll always say this every podcast we do. Thank you, everyone, for the support. Thank you, everyone, for checking out our videos, subscribing, liking. If you do get a chance, we just set this up in Iowa. You can actually subscribe to us on TikTok now.
Yep.
You subscribe to us, give us shout-outs, ask us questions. We're going to do a lot more TikTok live content, especially when we're making merch or even doing a podcast like this. So if you guys get a chance, check us out on TikTok. We're really trying to get that to grow even more. So yeah, we really appreciate the support. That was a foul. You need to call that next time. But yeah, thank you for the support. I got nothing else, man.
All right. Appreciate it, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Again, we got some hawk hunts coming out, if they'll be out already, and more content with that. So
Probably some
guys.
turkey stuff coming soon.
Hopefully.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the plan.
Nate's going to get a bird this year.
Well, we're going to try.
Tom better watch out.
All right. All right, guys. Thanks, guys. Be safe out there.